guys, it's Vahisha, or Vi if that's easier for you. Welcome to the Drifter Challenge House 1, and now we are on episode 22. As you can see, it's speeding through a bunch of gameplay at the moment, because last episode we had a shocking turn of events when our founder, the mother of the three triplets, Z's wife, that would be Danica Brennan, she passed away from mortification. What happened is she walked into the bathroom to repair the toilet because she had to use the restroom and I did not want her to have an accident. So she went in there to repair the toilet, but I failed to see that somebody was in the shower. So she got an embarrassed moodlet from walking in on somebody in the shower. Then, when she left the restroom, unfortunately, she really had to go, and so she ended up having an accident in the living room, which made her embarrassed twice. It gave her the mortified moodlet, and unfortunately she went into the kitchen. See, I thought that possibly we had escaped it because I've heard that you can die from mortification in it. I've never done it. I have never killed a sim in Sims 4 yet. And so I knew that was a new one. And it didn't look like she was dying. So I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and work on her needs and stuff then. So I went ahead and queued her up to cook herself something to eat. And the next thing I know, all of the interactions have been crossed out, and Danica is lying in a ball in the kitchen on the floor. And then I get the notification that Grim is on his way and that she has perished from mortification and everything. And we watched as Grim stood in the kitchen playing on his tablet before whisking Danica to the netherworld. It left behind an urn, and I tried to place the urn on the counter, but it disappeared. And since I haven't dealt with any deaths in The Sims 3 or Sims 4, I don't know if it's common for those urns to actually disappear anyways, or if that was something that I did. I was afraid maybe I accidentally dragged it into the trash can or something. But yeah, so there's no urn for Danica on the lot. She is gone. Thankfully, we were able to scoot by, and our lot value was in, let's see, what is it now? Our lot value right now is 34,935, so we still have met our 30,000, so we were okay there. And then all we were doing is playing a waiting game, waiting for Nyla to age up into young adult. So we have all of our things in place, we just needed to waste some time. So instead of making all of you sit through like hours worth of autonomous gameplay where I'm doing nothing but following the Sims around while they are having accidents left and right because they cannot pay their bills, and just watching them go to sleep, leave the lot for school, and come back, I figured I could condense it down to just a couple minutes so it wouldn't bore you, but that way you could see gameplay. So I actually really legitimately played 11 or 10 days worth. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. Danica passed away. We were just watching all of the Sims autonomously do things, and I was crossing my fingers that nobody else died, especially Nyla, because if she were to go, then the House Mini Challenge would have been a fail. So, yeah, that's where we are. Okay, so now that it is their birthday, let's see, I'll go in here real quick and show you. We're clicked on Nyla. So today is their birthday, and I do not know what time that they're actually going to autonomously age up in-game. I can't control them to bake a cake or do any other interaction that will allow them to age up, because you can't just click on them. There's no option for that. So I just have to wait for the game to decide that their birthday is like here and they're going to age to young adults. So until that happens, I figure we'll kind of triple play, but I wanted to just slow it down enough that we could actually see what happens. This is kind of what I did this is the last day of 10 days. Z actually aged up into an elder. We didn't get to see that because it was speeding by so fast, so I'm not sure anything that you guys saw, but if it had been slowed down, you would have been able to see that I sped through 10 game days, and Z aged into an elder, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, there was just a bunch of accidents. They were running off to school and coming back. They can't pay the bills, so that all the power and all the water was shut off, and there was something kind of weird. As soon as the water had been shut off, it was kind of funny because my toilet and the shower both were broken at the time, but when their power and water had been shut off from not paying their bills, as you can see, they're using the toilet. So it doesn't work, but it does work. It's no longer broken, so they can use it. But there's no water running, so they can't use the shower. So they're extremely grungy. But for whatever reason, it allows the Sims to continue to use the toilet. So we're not having the same accidents that we are, but it's off and on. Every couple game days, it goes back to being a broken toilet. I don't know why it does that, it just does. So that's what happened there. And the only other thing that I can think of that was more or less like a mini milestone, I guess, Nyla's grades went down and she's a D student. So, I mean, it's not even a very good highlight or anything, but that's just kind of how it is. The plants here are like, I'm pretty sure they're right next door to dead, if not considered dead at this point. The strawberries are no longer on the bushes, and yeah, they look really, really bad. So this is pretty much everything that I have been doing for the past 10 game days. Just kind of watching them do whatever they want to do. So we're just going to play a waiting game and just watch them their last day of doing whatever. Make sure that Nyla actually makes it all the way to the young adult. Like I said, I'm not sure what game time they're going to age them up. I don't know when it is. I think they had kind of like 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening for Sims 3, but I don't know if it's the same in Sims 4, so we're gonna have to just wait. So I hope that the gameplay isn't too incredibly boring for you, just kind of watching them do whatever. But the good news for you is you didn't spend the last 10 game days doing that. It was a little on the boring side for me because they only did so many different things. Well, there they made like a little llama with that clay, but it wasn't too exciting. Nothing really fun happened. So that's about it. I spent a little bit of money, not a whole lot because they didn't have a lot left, but I went ahead and I put some suns here on the front of the house, and I added a tree with some flowers and stuff just to kind of finish the house. And I went ahead and I put a couple chairs on the back porch so that it's not a completely useless back porch. Nobody has come out here yet, but I did have plans originally to put some exercise equipment out there, but then Danica perished, so that didn't happen. So the house is not nearly as finished of a home as I had hoped for this. This is probably the worst rendition of the challenge that I have played. In all the playtesting that I did, this is probably the closest to a fail I have ever come. And so yeah, it's a little on the embarrassing side, I guess, because I'm playing this horribly, so to speak, in front of all of you. But so be it, that's what happens. This is the house, and I will be uploading it to the gallery, and it's going to be listed under Pound Drifter Challenge, and that's where you can find all the Sims and everything else. So my house will be there as well, if anybody is interested. It's not a horrible little house. It actually looks okay. It's just not as elaborate as my other ones. I had a few more Sim days to get some money with the main Sim, and you were seeing how the money was coming in. It was going pretty quick. They were making quite a bit, so the house probably would have been worth in the 40s or 50,000, so a lot of it would have been finished out. The stuff wouldn't be broken, and definitely the bills would have been paid, but what can you do? Hey, there we go. Looks like Nyla just aged up, so now this is where we are just about done here. So I did the random generator for these, so let me give her her last one, which was a cheerful trait. And I'm going to pause it and put it down to number 1 so they don't all age like crazy. Gameplay stops as soon as the air reaches, but since they're triplets, I wanted to let them at least age up so I could give them the traits and everything. So let's see, Shay, she is active, so I need to give her that one. And we're just waiting for the last one. Cynthia, it's your turn to age up, my dear. Once you age up, we are finished. So let me speed up time, I guess, because she's not gonna... There we go. Here we go. She's the last one, and she had the art lover, just like her mother. Well, actually, Danica didn't have the art lover, but she did go into the art stuff, so there we go. Tribute to Danica. Okay, so this is Drifter Challenge House 1 complete. We have our heir, who is currently sleeping grungy on the couch. Nyla Brennan just hit young adult. We have our house value worth of $34,930, and we had the qualifications which said that we needed 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and bedrooms and bathrooms were floor covering, wall covering, and a door. So we have all of, like everything, all the entire challenge. This is our requirements. So now that it has been met, I'm going to make 2 saves. I'm going to save one to have this just held in place, and then I'm going to make a separate save so that when I start house number 2, they're under different saves. So if anything happens, you can always go, like if I fail for whatever reason, if I fail house 2, I don't lose all of my progress that I have made this far. So thank you so much for sticking with me the entire time, guys. This is Drifter Challenge House 1. It's complete. Thanks for watching. Bye. I just wanted to say thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up on my newest videos. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment because I think they're cool.